Welcome to the Refusion Podcast, where we transform patient care. Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're talking about online reputation management, and we're going to explore why it's so important for dentists specifically. And I have an expert here with me today to kind of guide us through the process. You might be thinking, well, isn't a sparkling smile enough? And sure, a beautiful smile is really the core of what you do. But in today's world, it really needs a glowing online reputation to go with it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, think of it this way. Would you choose a restaurant that had terrible reviews, even if it had the most beautiful decor?
Probably not.
Probably not, right? It's the same for dental practices. Patients are savvy. They do their research online before they even think about picking up the phone.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that dentists should be focusing on when it comes to managing their online reputation?
Well, the first thing you need to understand is why it matters so much. So imagine for a second you're a patient and you're looking for a new dentist. What are some of the things that give you confidence and comfort in choosing one practice over another?
Yeah, I'd definitely be checking out online reviews. I want to see what other patients are saying about their experience with the dentist, their expertise, and just kind of the overall vibe of the practice.
Exactly. And you're not alone. Studies show that 73% of patients actually rely on online reviews to choose their dentist.
Wow.
That's even more than personal recommendations from friends and family.
That's incredible. So reviews are like the modern day word of mouth, but with even more reach and impact.
Exactly. And they carry a lot of weight because they're seen as authentic and unbiased. Patients trust the experiences of other patients.
Okay, so we've established that online reputation is crucial and that reviews are a big part of that. But what about the rest of the picture? What else should dentists be thinking about?
It all starts with claiming your digital turf.
Okay.
And that means making sure your practice is listed correctly on all the major platforms: Google, Yelp, HealthGrade, ZocDoc, and so on. These listings are often the very first impression that a potential patient gets of your practice, so accuracy is key.
Right, because if your address is wrong or your phone number's outdated, that's a huge red flag. Makes the practice look disorganized and unprofessional.
Absolutely. In fact, studies show that nearly 75% of patients double-check that the information on a practice's website matches their online listings. Consistency builds trust and shows that you care about the details.
So dentists out there, take note, get those listings claimed, and make sure all the information is accurate and up to date. It's like having a sparkling clean storefront, inviting patients to come in and learn more.
Now, once you've got those listings in tip-top shape, the next step is to become a review magnet.
Okay.
And that means making it super easy for your happy patients to share their positive experiences online.
That sounds great in theory, but I imagine most patients don't just spontaneously leave reviews even if they had a great experience. It's easy to forget or just not even think about it.
You're absolutely right. And that's why it's crucial to make the review process as simple and seamless as possible.
So how can dentists actually encourage their patients to leave those glowing reviews?
One of the most effective strategies is to send automated email or text reminders after an appointment. You can even include a direct link to your preferred review platform, making it a one-click process for the patient.
That's so smart. It takes all the guesswork out of it for the patient.
And don't forget about QR codes.
Oh, yeah.
You can place a QR code right at the front desk or on a follow-up card. Patients can simply scan it with their smartphones and voila, they're taken directly to the review page.
That's brilliant. It's all about meeting patients where they are and making it as easy as possible for them to sing your praises.
Yeah.
But what about the content of the reviews themselves? Is there anything dentists can do to kind of encourage patients to leave really good reviews, like the kind that make other potential patients think, I got to book an appointment with this dentist?
Absolutely. It's all about encouraging patients to provide specific details.
Right.
So instead of just asking for a general review, prompt them to think about what stood out to them about their experience.
Okay, give me some examples.
Did they appreciate the hygienist's gentle touch? Were they impressed by the dentist's clear explanations and personalized treatment plan? Did they feel comfortable and at ease in the office? These details not only add authenticity to reviews, but they also help with SEO.
SEO? How so?
When reviews mention specific keywords like teeth whitening or dental implants, it signals to search engines that your practice specializes in those services. This can boost your ranking and search results, making it easier for patients looking for those specific treatments to find you.
So by encouraging detailed reviews, dentists are basically hitting two birds with one stone, boosting their reputation and improving their search engine rankings. It's a win-win.
Exactly. And it helps potential patients get a real sense of what it's like to be a patient at your practice.
This has been incredibly helpful already. But let's not forget about another really powerful tool for shaping your online reputation. Social media. I know a lot of dentists are on Facebook and Instagram, but it can be tough to know where to start and what kind of content to post.
You're right. Social media can feel a little overwhelming, especially for busy dentists. But the key is to remember that it's all about connecting with your patients on a more personal level. It's a chance to show off your practice's personality, share valuable information, and build a community.
So it's not just about posting before and after pictures of teeth whitening.
Definitely not. While those can be effective, you want to mix it up with a variety of content. Think behind-the-scenes peeks at your practice, patient testimonials, educational tips on oral health, even fun, engaging videos.
I'm picturing like a quick, catchy video on proper flossing techniques.
Exactly.
Or maybe a time-lapse of a smile transformation.
Exactly. Get creative and have fun with it. And don't forget to engage with your followers, respond to comments, answer questions, and participate in conversations. Social media is all about building relationships, not just broadcasting messages.
I love that. It makes social media feel less like a chore and more like a genuine way to connect with your patients. But what about the elephant in the room? Negative reviews. They're inevitable and they can be scary, especially for dentists who are so passionate about their work. How do you recommend handling them?
You're right. Negative reviews can feel like a punch in the gut, but the key is to remember that they're not always a bad thing. In fact, they can actually be an opportunity to showcase your commitment to patient satisfaction.
Really? How so?
Well, first of all, it's important to remember that everyone has a different experience, and not every patient will be 100% satisfied 100% of the time. That's just the nature of healthcare.
That's true. We're all human, and things don't always go perfectly.
Exactly. So when a negative review does pop up, the first step is to acknowledge it and respond professionally and empathetically. Let the reviewer know that you hear their concerns and that you're committed to addressing them.
Okay, so give me an example. What would a good response to a negative review look like?
Let's say a patient leaves a negative review complaining about a long wait time. Instead of getting defensive, you could say something like, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We understand your frustration, and we apologize for the inconvenience. We are always striving to improve our processes and ensure timely appointments for all of our patients. Please feel free to contact us directly so we can discuss this further."
That's a great example. It shows that you care about the patient's experience, even if it wasn't perfect. And it opens the door for further communication, which can often help resolve the issue and even turn a dissatisfied patient into a loyal advocate.
Exactly. Sometimes a thoughtful and genuine response to a negative review can actually strengthen your reputation.
Wow, this has been eye-opening. It's amazing how much thought and strategy goes into managing your online reputation. I'm starting to see why it's such a crucial aspect of running a successful dental practice in today's world. But before we move on, I want to address the elephant in the room. Well, we've talked a lot about these different strategies and tactics, but it can all feel a little overwhelming, especially for busy dentists who are already juggling a million things. Is there a way to simplify this whole process and make it more manageable?
Absolutely. That's where tools and technology come in, and that's where we come in.
Okay, I was hoping you'd say that. So let's talk about Repugen and how it can help dentists take control of their online reputation and streamline the whole process.
Sounds good. Let's dive in. So Repugen is a comprehensive reputation management platform that's been specifically designed for healthcare providers like dentists. It's like having a dedicated team of online reputation experts working behind the scenes 24/7 to make sure your practice is shining online.
That sounds amazing. But let's break it down a bit. How does Repugen actually help dentists manage all these different aspects of their online presence?
Well, one of the key things Repugen does is automate a lot of the tasks that can be really time-consuming and overwhelming for busy dentists. For example, remember how we talked about sending those review reminders to patients after their appointments?
Right, those are the emails and text messages with the direct links to leave a review.
Exactly. Repugen can automate that entire process for you. You set up personalized templates, choose when you want those reminders to go out, and Repugen takes care of the rest.
So it's like having a virtual assistant who's always on top of reminding patients to share their feedback.
Precisely. And not only does this save you a ton of time, but it also ensures that you're consistently reaching out to patients and encouraging them to leave reviews. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to building a strong online reputation.
Makes total sense. So what else can Repugen do to help dentists streamline their reputation management?
Another really valuable feature is review monitoring.
Okay.
Repugen keeps an eye on all the major review platforms, Google, Yelp, Health Grades, ZocDoc, and it alerts you whenever a new review is posted about your practice.
That's amazing. So instead of having to constantly check all these different websites, Repugen brings all the reviews to one central location.
You got it. And it doesn't just collect the reviews, it also analyzes them, providing you with valuable insights into patient sentiment trends.
Okay, now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me more about these analytics and insights. What kind of information can dentists actually glean from them?
Well, for example, Repugen can track your overall star rating across all platforms, so you can see at a glance how patients are perceiving your practice. It can also identify common themes and keywords that pop up in reviews, which can give you really valuable feedback on what you're doing well and maybe where there's some room for improvement.
That's incredible. It's like having a real-time feedback loop showing you what patients are loving about your practice and what areas might need a little attention.
Exactly. It helps you be proactive and address any potential issues before they become major problems. And speaking of problems, let's not forget about those negative reviews. Repugen can be a lifesaver when it comes to handling those tricky situations.
Yeah, we talked earlier about the importance of responding to negative reviews professionally and empathetically. Can Repugen help with that?
Absolutely. Repugen provides you with pre-written templates and response suggestions that you can customize to fit each specific situation. It helps you craft thoughtful and effective responses that show patients you care about their feedback and you're committed to resolving any issues.
That's so helpful, especially when you're feeling maybe stressed or a little overwhelmed by a negative review. It's easy to get defensive, but Repugen can help you stay calm and professional.
Exactly. And remember, sometimes a well-crafted response to a negative review can actually turn a dissatisfied patient into a loyal advocate.
Wow. I'm really starting to see how Repugen can be a game changer for dentists. It's like having a whole team of reputation management experts at your fingertips, helping you navigate all the complexities of the online world.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious, how user-friendly is the platform? Is it easy for dentists to set up and use even if they're not super tech-savvy?
That's a great question, and the answer is a resounding yes. Repugen is designed to be incredibly intuitive and user-friendly. Once you sign up, you'll have access to a dashboard where you can manage all aspects of your online reputation. You can customize your review request templates, track your progress across different platforms, and even generate reports that show you the impact of your efforts.
So it's like a one-stop shop for all your reputation management needs.
Exactly. And the best part is that Repugen integrates seamlessly with most popular practice management software. So there's no need to juggle multiple systems.
That's a huge time saver. I'm sensing a theme here. Repugen is all about making things easier for dentists, freeing up their time so they can focus on what they do best, providing exceptional patient care.
You got it. And to make things even easier, Repugen offers dedicated support to help you every step of the way. Whether you have a question about a specific feature or you need help crafting the perfect review response, the Repugen team is there to assist you.
This all sounds fantastic, but I want to emphasize one really important point here. Repugen is a tool, a powerful one, but it's not a magic bullet.
What do you mean?
Well, you can have the most sophisticated reputation management platform in the world, but if you're not providing excellent patient care and creating positive experiences in your practice, no amount of online reputation management can compensate for that.
I couldn't agree more. Your online reputation should be a reflection of the amazing work you're doing in your practice.
Exactly. It all starts with delivering exceptional care and building genuine relationships with your patients. Repugen can help you amplify those efforts and showcase them to the world, but it's not a substitute for the real deal.
Right. Repugen empowers you to tell your story authentically and effectively, ensuring that your online reputation accurately reflects the exceptional care you provide.
This has been incredibly insightful. Repugen sounds like an amazing tool for dentists who are really serious about building and managing their online reputation. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier. The importance of focusing on the right platforms.
Absolutely. With so many review sites out there, it can be tempting to try to be everywhere at once, but that can actually be counterproductive.
Why is that?
Because spreading yourself too thin can lead to inconsistencies in your online presence. It's much better to focus your efforts on a few key platforms where you know your target audience is spending their time.
And we already discussed some of those key platforms for dentists: Google Business Profile, Yelp, Health Grades, ZocDoc, and RateMDs.
Exactly. These platforms are highly relevant to healthcare providers, and they attract a large audience of potential patients.
So instead of trying to be on every single platform, dentists should really focus on creating a strong presence on these key sites, ensuring that their profiles are accurate, engaging, and up-to-date.
Exactly. It's about quality over quantity.
This leads me perfectly into my final thoughts for this deep dive.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground today. From the power of online reviews to the importance of a strong social media presence and the game-changing capabilities of Repigen. But I think the biggest takeaway for me is that building a stellar online reputation isn't like a one-time task. It's an ongoing process. It's a commitment to constantly improving and evolving.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Think of it like brushing and flossing, those daily habits that make all the difference in the long run when it comes to your oral health.
Right.
And just like you wouldn't skip brushing your teeth, you shouldn't neglect your online reputation.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So what's one small step that dentists can take each day to kind of keep their online reputation sparkling?
It could be as simple as responding to a new review or posting an engaging piece of content on social media, or checking your Repigen dashboard for any new insights or alerts.
It all adds up. And for those listening who are feeling maybe a little overwhelmed by the prospect of managing their online reputation, remember, you don't have to go it alone. Repugen is here to support you every step of the way.
Absolutely. We have a ton of resources available to help you navigate the world of online reputation management, from educational blog posts and webinars to a dedicated support team who are always ready to answer your questions.
That's fantastic. It's like having a whole team of reputation experts in your corner, cheering you on and helping you succeed.
We're passionate about helping dentists like you build thriving practices, and we believe that a strong online reputation is really the foundation for success in today's digital age.
Well said. So for those listening who are ready to take control of their online reputation and watch their practices flourish, what's the best way to get started with Repugen?
Head over to our website. You'll find tons of information about Repugen and its features and how it can benefit your practice. You can also schedule a demo to see the platform in action and get a more personalized walkthrough.
Perfect. And we'll be sure to include a link to the Repugen website in the show notes.
Great. We encourage everyone to check it out. Investing in your online reputation is one of the smartest decisions you can make for your practice.
And remember, a glowing online reputation isn't just about attracting new patients. It's about building trust, fostering loyalty, and ultimately creating a practice that thrives for years to come.
Well said. So until next time, keep those smiles sparkling, both online and offline.
That's all for this week's Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to the Repugen Podcast, your path to better healthcare.